It's 6:15 a.m. in Glendale, Arizona, and that means it's time to ride. Come on. I did my first smile and wave at my neighbor who likes to get out and walk his dog in the cool mornings. Today I have no particular place to go, but that's not going to stop me. I got my coffee at McDonald's, and I'm going to do some stretches, especially for the lower back, which has been troubling me for, about 30 some years. The trike helps a lot with that. I also like to do some, I think you call them hurdler stretches for the quads. Grab my coffee, and then back on the road. It's October, and the winter visitors are now arriving, and it's kind of a reminder of just how beautiful this is. I talked to a young couple at the park a few minutes ago, and they're from Boston, so seeing it from their point of view reminds me that this is just another day in paradise for me, and I appreciate it. I really do have to remind myself how lucky I am, and I really am. My excuse for spending so much money on a recumbent trike was recovery from a stroke, but that was many years ago. And now I just love the feeling of being on a trike. If you have some physical limitations and you're tempted to buy a trike, I highly recommend it. Get the base model. That's where I started. The trike I'm riding now, I got about a year ago after I wore the old one completely out by putting like a bazillion miles on it. This is a TerraTrike Gran Turismo. It's a little bit lighter and it could be faster, but I go pretty slow. By the way, we're headed west. I always put the sun to my back, especially early in the morning, because that morning sun is blinding. My rides give me a serenity that's hard to explain. I never got it in a car. I get it just being out, breathing the fresh air. And I try not to think about it too much, but there was a time when I thought I would never be able to do this, so I'm glad I can. One of my followers asked me yesterday if I listen to music on my rides, and I don't. I listen to the sound of the desert. It's very quiet and very peaceful. And then a car goes by, and then it's back to the desert again. And someone once asked me if I get bored riding the same route over and over, and I really don't. There's always something different. The sights, the sounds, the smells, so different from just being in a car and staring at taillights, which I never liked. Most of the people that I've ever talked to are only interested in destinations, never the journey. And I've gone places, and all the airports look the same to me, and hotel rooms look the same, and restaurants look the same. I don't really want to do that anymore. I'm pretty sure that I've always been this way, even back when I was a kid. I loved wandering around, looking at stuff, looking at the light, looking at the colors, things like that. I did fine in school, but it was so boring for me, just sitting there, and I was glad when it was over. Okay, we've been riding for about a half hour, 45 minutes. I think it's time for a break and a little snack. Okay, break time is over. Time to get back on the road. I'm going to have a little bit of water. I've got 2 cup holders on this thing, which is nice. Stay hydrated. I always wear a helmet because I actually have tipped the trike over. Even at low speeds, it's possible, and I don't want to smash my head. Safety check, and get my shoelaces out of the way, and I'm on the road. If you see me, smile and wave. Thanks for riding along with me this morning. I'll see you next time.